Okay, it is Sunday, January 14th, just a little after 1:30 p.m. I'll call this emergency meeting order of the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners. We have a quorum. Commissioner Jacobson is here.
Excuse me, Chair Miller. Excuse me. I can barely hear you. Is your microphone on?
Can you hear me now?
Much better. Thank you.
Let's just make sure that I establish again, it is Sunday, January 14th, just a little after 1:30 p.m. This is an emergency meeting of the Lincoln County Commissioners. We'll call that meeting to order. We do have a quorum. Commissioner Jacobson is here. I am here, and Commissioner Claire Hall is here. Also, Kenneth Lipp, our Public Information Officer, Kristen Yule, County Counsel, and Administrator Tim Johnson is here. Okay, so let's get started. I do want to set the stage a little for this discussion, and I'm going to just read from the Elected and Appointed Officials Guide on Emergency Declarations. So everybody bear with me, but I do want to create some context. And based on local ordinances and state statutes, a local declaration can allow a city or county governing body flexibility in managing resources under emergency conditions, such as diverting funds and resources appropriated for other purposes in order to meet immediate needs, authorizing activation of local emergency operation plans and implementation of extraordinary protective measures, initiating mutual aid and cooperative assistance agreements, and receiving resources from other organizations or individuals, providing specific legal protection for actions initiated under emergency conditions, and setting the stage for requesting state and federal assistance, resource, and capabilities. And finally, raising public awareness and encouraging the community to become involved in protecting their resources. I just thought that would be some good context for this discussion. We have drafted a preliminary declaration of a state of emergency for Lincoln County. And maybe my fellow commissioners, any comments to get this underway first, and then we can go to Administrator Johnson and legal counsel. Thoughts, Commissioner Jacobson?
Yeah, I would just add that this has been a widespread event, not clustered around any one particular area in Lincoln County, and incorporating both our cities and large unincorporated parts of the county. This is mostly ice, which has brought down many trees. We have severe power outages throughout Lincoln County, and we have severe outages, and in talking with Central Lincoln, will continue at least through the night. Others may get their power back tonight, but it is expected that we have a large population that will not have power for at least another day. There's also, many road issues still trying to work to be cleared, and many issues that have not even really been or many areas that have not actually really been gotten to yet because there's so many trees to clear to get to those parts.
Yeah. Thank you, Commissioner Jacobson. Commissioner Hall, any thoughts before we get further into discussion?
I don't think I have anything to add at this point. Thanks.
Okay. Administrator Johnson, myself, and Public Information Officer Ken Lipp were on what we call our cooperators call. I see Sheriff Landers has just entered the room as well. He was at that cooperators call. Additionally, we do have one scheduled for the afternoon as well. And really the point of that meeting is to coordinate all of our emergency response partners under one meeting to make sure we understand the situation that's happening out there. Administrator Johnson, you're with us. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Any thoughts from you moving forward, what you heard today in that conversation or otherwise?
Well, two noticeable issues. One, Central Lincoln was certainly concerned about their ability to be able to restore power within not 24 hours, but 48 hours. As such, they were looking for a helicopter to be able to fly the transmission line because they were having such a difficult time achieving that on ground. They were able to get a helicopter. They said that process should have begun by 1 o'clock. So I would assume that they're up and flying their transmission lines right now with the help of that vendor. That's a good
Administrator Johnson, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your flow, but I can tell you, I've seen a couple of people posting on social media that they saw the helicopters in the air a short time ago.
Good.
Hmm.
So that means
Yeah.
progress happening in that regard. The second thing, and I think more importantly to all of the direction that the commission takes, is it is apparent to us that all the cooperators have already, they're concerned about their own fuel as it pertains to backup for generators. Such was the case tonight with the tribe. The tribe wanted to open up a winter shelter, but doesn't have enough diesel fuel to be able to make it through the night. Even some of the station houses, fire station houses, have been operating for the last 24 hours on generators, and they too are low on fuel. And then the third item that was identified was the fact that, and I think Sheriff Landers can answer to this, that people were relying on our station to provide fuel.
Yeah, and as the Sheriff Landers is approaching us, another thing to add is really the safety of our responders and everybody that's working out there. Central Lincoln PUD at one point really pulled their team off because of their safety, and that's always something that we're considering too. When everybody's out trying to do their best to make sure to keep everybody safe. Sheriff Landers, any thoughts?
Good afternoon, First Landers, Lincoln County Sheriff. Yeah, so my understanding is the fuel situation has been taken care of. We're able to get fuel from the.
Could you put Sheriff Landers closer to the microphone, please?
Hear me now?
It's probably muted.
There we go.
I thought the green light was a go. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Kurt
Yes,
Sanders.
thank you.
Sure. The fuel situation, what I'm aware of is that been taken care of for the county fuel pumps. So we're able to get fuel now, and the city of Newport is able to get fuel. So that's definitely a good thing. Yeah, with the emergency responders like last night when we're out and about with the trees down, it's, unless it's just an absolute life situation, then we're going to stay put. And luckily, knock on wood, we didn't have any of those last night. So tonight, probably be a different story. Obviously, we can move around the county a little easier, but we still encourage people to stay put until this situation is completely resolved, power's back on, that type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sheriff Landers. Any other thoughts before we see if Council Ewell has thoroughly looked at our proposed declaration? No? Okay. Council Ewell, have you had the opportunity to look this over?
I did, Kristen Yule, County Council. So if you looked at so if no commissioner, delegated county officials, if no commissioner is available, the next individual it should go to is our county administrator. So that's the only amendment that I'm looking at that you need for this.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Appreciate your time on this, Council Ewell. And, okay.
So, Kristen, you're talking about the space below the signatures, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And do we desire to read this in full, or Commissioner Jacobs anyways highlighted, I would say, our core assessment finds listed in the declaration?
I don't think we need to read it in full unless anybody else is concerned. It'll be up on on the website if people want to refer to the details.
You just need to make a motion.
Yeah.
Declare an emergency.
Okay.
Okay.
And I would entertain a motion.
Yes, I will make a motion to declare a state of emergency in Lincoln County due to the winter ice storm of January 2024.
Okay.
And this is Commissioner Hall. I will second the motion.
Okay. All in favor? Please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. So in the matter of declaring a state of emergency, the motion stands. It's unanimous. Any other comments or thoughts before we adjourn the meeting?
One thing I was going to do before we close the meeting out is have our PIO Ken Leb talk about the sheltering activities taking place tonight, just so everyone
Oh.
is aware.
Right. So our community shelter and resource center has opened early the past 2 nights. We're going to be opening at 4 p.m. tonight. There will be overflow space available with a local church that has been working with us through this season in case we need it. Additionally, the Newport Rec Center is going to open largely more for vulnerable individuals. We have some senior homes that don't have power that are concerned about them. I believe that was going to be at 4 o'clock, Katie.
Yeah, I believe that was at 4. Yep.
So they'll be opening there at the community, at the recreation center in Newport, there by City Hall. Also, I understand that the tribe is going to open a shelter at 2 p.m. at their administration building.
In Siletz.
It's Let's, yes.
And I think maybe adding that a good nexus of county activity is the county's website, landing on the homepage.
Yes, the emergency management is regularly posting updates. I will note that the transit service has been suspended. They suspended yesterday afternoon, and they will continue that suspension through tomorrow. I know that County Public Works is out working to clear roads. Much like the sheriff's office and CLPUD, they had to keep some people off the roads last night just due to danger. But now they are out clearing whole main roads in their entirety, and on secondary roads, at least getting 1 lane cleared.
Well, I think before we adjourn, I would just echo Curtis Landers. Please stay in place unless you need to. Look at the county's website. And my cohorts, any final thoughts before we adjourn the meeting?
None
Okay.
from me, Mr. Chair.
All righty then. Thanks everyone for attending this meeting, and we are now adjourned.
Thank you.